A small, still voice. A small, still voice spoke to our ancestors and told them they could be free. Today, we share their dream because much of it lies in you and me. A small, still voice spoke to Dizzy Gillespie, and he began to move people with sound. It spoke to C.H. Mason of Colgin, and a new knowledge of faith in God he found. A small, still voice spoke to Matthew A. Henson, and he began to explore the North Pole. It spoke to Southern Truth about the conditions of slavery, and she said the truth must be told. A small, still voice spoke to Nate Jemison, and she began to explore above the earth. It spoke to William H. Johnson as he do and told him of his artistic work. A small, still voice spoke to Colin Powell, the first black to head the U.S. Army, and told him he could lead. It spoke to Frederick Douglass, a great freedom fighter, and told him with the North Star he could succeed. A small, still voice spoke to Charles Duke, and he began scientific discoveries with the blood bank. It spoke to Richard Allen, the first black bishop in America, and told him to always give thanks. A small, still voice spoke to Alice Walker, and told her she could write. It spoke to Bobby Van der Holyfield, and told him he could fight. A small, still voice spoke to Mother Hart, and told her not to go up her sleep. It spoke to Dr. Martin Luther King, and told him never accept skin color as a defeat. A small, still voice spoke to my parents, and told them I would be gifted to speak. It spoke to me, and told me to support challenge and never retreat. That small, still voice that spoke to our ancestors speaks to us today. The far too many of us will ever hear what it has to say, because we sit idle day after day. If only you would listen to your small, still voice. I hear a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a speaker, a fireman, a policeman. What will you be? It's your choice. This is a voice you can trust. So the next time you feel like giving up, listen to your small, still voice. That lies in your voice. Listen to your small, still voice.
All right. What a boy. I'm telling you.
This little voice that we have just heard is on its way to New York. And see, when time comes sometime when it's hard to travel in this country, and it's very expensive, his opportunity lies for him if he can get to New York. His trip will be there for 9 days for agencies to test him. His future begins there. It's very expensive to get to New York. I'm going to order the Treasury General and Secretary General to write a check for towards this expensive for $500. It'll young people that we must invest the future of our people.
Amen. Amen.
It is these young people
Yes, sir.
that we have to give all praises to their parents.
Yeah. Amen.
Having to assist their children. Because we know for a fact this little, I like the little man.
Yes, sir.
He can win your heart. You know, you could have heard the voice of your next president.
Who knows?
You could hear the voice of a future Supreme Court justice.
Right.
You know, this simply, it makes you happy. And what we want to do this morning is just want to set up at the bank and to those departments that wish to contribute something to that fund on his journey to New York, you may do so. And once again, I want to thank his mother.
Amen.
You know, she was so nervous to come by. I seen this lady standing in the hall, and I saw the deputy grandmaster. Him and I was in a meeting on a committee for the Congress, and Brother Bobby Durham, and he was the chairman. She kept looking in the door. One of the brothers, I think, got a nurture to come inside, and she didn't. So finally he came up, and this is what she was talking about. The future leaders of our people. This is good. You want
Hello? Hello? I've got to get President Jones over there.
we got to come down on the floor for this. He just told me you can't shake hands with the next president or you don't understand.
We're trying to find out how old is he. Does the Supreme Grand Chapter here assembled? I, with the approval of the Supreme Grand Patron, I want to ask you, are you willing to match that $500?
All right.
We would like to have the name of the young man, and I voice the sentiment of the sisterhood that you be blessed on your way, because I feel like he's only the next president of the United States, but Martin Luther King. So the Supreme Grand Chapter will donate $500 for your trip.
Amen.
They need to know how old he is.
8 years old.
Quillen, I didn't eat my cell wallet.
I would just like to say that the Supreme Grand Chapter ordered me to start beating me to the punch. Say that on behalf of the Supreme Council, we too would like to donate $500 towards when I see this young man, I know there's hope.
Yes, sir.
You know, we have a thing to say that a lot of our young people are on the highways of life and don't know where they're going. But this man brings us hope.
Yes, sir.
And certainly, he is to be commended as a young man. Can you imagine him standing up here?
No.
You know, I have a thing, regardless of how many times I come before you, and I know most of you, like sisters and brothers, there are always a tendency to get nervous. Now, this young man stood up here this morning and braved the elements of all of these people, and he delivered. And we will continue to pray for him, that God will continue to bless him as he travels on these highways of life. Thank you.
Amen.
While they're discussing, there are 17 Grand Lodges. The Grand Lodge of California challenge the rest is $100 from the most wicked sons alike Grand Lodge. Good morning. There's a few things that touched me, and this touched me. The Shrine Department is going to match that. Imperial Grand Council to match that $500.
I think that his expenses for 9 days in New York is $3,000.
Come here, baby.
And to send his mother with him is $2,000. And I think when you calculate the final figures there, that his expenses have been totally paid for, and majority of the mother's expenses has been included with it, as she may travel to the son. I want to thank the Grand Lodge of Arkansas. She heard about us on the radio. Okay.
Along with my grand master, Grand Chapter, would like to donate $100 also.
We thank you from California.
Amen.
President General, I have been informed that our sisterhood feel that we want a basket individually. Any objection?
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay.
And I'll explain, families around that. Constitution, I know how all of you all want to give, but we give to our grand chapters. Okay? And just the way the Grand Masters did, then those contributions, And we love you. Now know the family loves you too. We all love it because this is something that we all do. Well, let's do it through our grand partners. So if there's any more grand chapters that wish to do it, if you want to do it, I only do it at one time so we don't, you know. I think it's consensus that all grand chapters are going to donate $100. I want the recorders in general to give a calculation on this right away. That's 17 grand lines. Oh, well, one is not here. Don't count Colorado. It's not here. I think it should be 16 or 17. That's present. Just though we got a present.
It is 17.
17 present?
17.
16. Recorder General said 15 grand lodges are present. Okay? And the 15 grand lodges present, we make automatic 15 grand chapters present. Okay? That's $3,000. Supreme Grand Chapter, Masonic Conference, and the Supreme Grand Chapter is 1,000. The Supreme Council and the Imperial Council is 1,000. That is the $5,000 that they need to travel to New York.
Amen.
We've asked the mother. She will sit with the she'll get with the Congress and the Secretary, the Treasury General of the Congress. We will let all of you all make so we don't get too many checks and we can move on. They make the checks payable to the Masonic Congress, and it's Kenny and I'll make checks from the Masonic Congress, so we just give them one check in that amount, okay? And make it payable to the bank trust fund for this, so the bank will distribute the bank, get it from the mother fund. Thank you. There's tax collector, Sister Jones, but the widow said he's taking care of it right now. He's just going to go and write one check to the Congress, and you don't have to worry about doing that. I want to thank the family for coming by. I want to thank